It's time for us to drive the enemy back.
I'm starting to like the Killing Antidote more. Now, this is not purchasing decision, okay? I know that the South of Midnight is going to do better than the Killing Antidote, and I think there's a big difference, which I'm gonna cover for that. But first, let's react to Dr. Disaster. Full video will be linked in the description if you want to see it without my commentary.
But anyhow, let's take a look at South of Midnight and the videos that they have dropped showing the gameplay, which Compulsion put out into the world because they thought it would attract gamers and make us want to play it. I mean, keep in mind, before we take a look at this gameplay, that these are clips that they chose to show off, as if this is the very best that they have to offer. Once again, it looks like one of these big old AAA studios have spent more time worrying about diversity and appealing to the modern audience than they ever did making a functional game that people will actually enjoy. After all, you guys might remember that this is a Sweet Baby Inc. game, and this is unconfirmed, but we have heard reports that originally the character was a white chick. Naturally, Sweet Baby couldn't have that, so when they were brought in to consult, rumor has it that they immediately race-swapped the character.
Regardless what you want to say it, that is quite true. It has been proven that they race-swapped the main character, which is supposed to be a white girl. And why? And yet, also, they got a new community managers who hates gamers. I mean, that's the first two red flag. And the next one, this is something that is preference to most people, is because it is, of course, stop motion, which I don't exactly know how that's gonna work, but we'll let Dr. Disaster continue.
Once again, this is all hearsay, but I sure wouldn't put it past them. And one thing is clear, based on the footage that we're about to take a peek at, whatever they were focused on with this game, it sure doesn't seem like it was the gameplay. The first clip here shows off the traversal system. I hope you like double jumps, because you're gonna see a lot of them. They want us to clap like trained seals for this shit, but it really is just the most generic looking double jumping system that I have been tired of since 2005. The traversal here reminds me a lot of the Force Unleashed games, but not in a good way. The double jumping was the worst part of that game. But at least in the Force Unleashed, when you finally come across some enemies to fight, it was a lot of fun because you could just go nuts with all the badass force powers. In this case though, once you get into combat, this is what it looks like. Once again, they want us to celebrate what amounts to absolutely generic slop. And don't get me wrong, I'm sure that for some people out there, the combat and traversal in this game might look good. And that's cool, we can agree to disagree. But one thing that's for sure, the gameplay is unoriginal and uninspired. I mean, this is just antiquated looking combat. We spend a lot of time these days talking about whether or not games are woke, or whether or not the graphics look good and things like that, but at the end of the day, the real question that needs to be asked about a particular game is this: is it fun? And I think the answer is no. A lot of defenders of this slop have said that the jumping looks like Crash Bandicoot, as if that is some sort of real defense. But copying another game style, but replacing a classic old character with a homely chick isn't exactly inspiring. And besides that, if I'm being honest, the old Crash games don't really hold up precisely because of the clunky controls that South of Midnight looks to be emulating. So yeah, this community manager who said that she hates gamers who has said some pretty racist shit on social media, as you can see here, it's no wonder that someone like this would want to preemptively block gamers that she knows will not just swallow this crap hook, line, and sinker. These are people who wilt under the pressure of dissent, and they know damn well that their game is nothing special.
Sorry, I had to hear that way longer. He's right. You have to know, this is stop motion, and people always say that why exactly games are not fun. Well, for starters, developers want to utilize Unreal Engine and they want to see if everything is realistic, it's like a movie. I believe some of these people, they grew up with the movies, okay? If I had to make a guess. And also DEI. They were trained for that. Mostly the DEI stuff, when it comes to competence, that's not there. Main character, if I'm pretty much certain that it will reference any trans joke, any white supremacist, or that sort of thing. Remember, this is a Sweet Baby Inc. product. What can we guess from them? The way I saw that clip, I mean, it's like the crocodile was about to eat Hazel, but she managed to jump. Look, when I first take down the wolf monster on Black Myth Wukong, I don't know how many times I've kaput or defeated by that wolf monster. And unlike in that, which, and I know I already made a comparison for that, but the TLDR is that they time it right. The South of Midnight, the way they time it, it's like cheat codes. But that's just me. Sorry I had to add that, even though it's irrelevant, but I want to add it in of my experience when I first played Black Myth Wukong. Unlike in the Killing Antidote, Jodi, despite not having a weapon, well, she has an axe and a gun. I'm probably certain if you pitch them with Hazel, or pitch her with Hazel, I'm probably certain Hazel can beat, or perhaps I'm certain that Jodi can even defeat Hazel just by insulting her with her stature. That's just me. Yes, these two games may not be in the same category, but this is about character-wise, not the game, okay? And also, this is more likely a what if, because I'm combining most of it. TLDR, I think it's time that most people, many gamers are now looking to either the East or playing indie. At this point, South of Midnight, well, they're gonna continue to blame the gamers. They will say, if you don't like it, don't buy it. And when the game fails, they blame us. They say, oh, you racist bigots. It's your fault that this game failed. Something like that. But that's a here nor there.
Your might on the battlefield proved most impressive. With a little more training, you will be right up there with me in no time. If you are interested, would you like to learn a new skill? I am sure you could pick it up in no time, and it will surely prove useful in battle.
Now again, I will leave the full video link in the description. Leave a like and subscribe if you want any woke or anti-woke detected, or you just want to see me play games. Visit my second and third channel up here or link in the description.